Hey guys,
how are we? Hello. I can hear lots of noise and tapping. Hi guys, can everybody hear me okay? Can you hear me? Thumbs up? Awesome. Right, I want to manage expectations immediately. My headphones sometimes switch off, so if that happens, can you all just wave at me or something? Oh, I'm really emotional, guys. I'm probably going to cry. You're probably going to cry. I just want to manage expectations. Loads of you are jumping on. I feel so blessed, honestly. I have never felt more connected to anything in my life. I've been feeling extremely... Hi, beautiful. I was thinking about you earlier. I'm just going to pop everybody... Right. Dons, you might want to message Debs because I think she's having issues jumping on without her audio. Oh no, hang on. Deb's I don't think has got her audio sorted because she's just got 3 dots. Same with Di, so you might just want to message them.
will do.
Thank you, honey. Sorry to just dump it on you as I always do. Evening, ladies. How are we all? I don't think we've got any men on, so I can say ladies. Love you all very, very much. Thank you for jumping on. I know it's late for some of you. It's early for some of you. I've opened...
Yes.
Hello. We can hear you. I'm just going to pop everyone on mute, guys. I hope you can hear. Di and Debs, I don't know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, you need to accept audio by computer. So drop off and drop back on, and you need to hit the accept audio by computer. If you don't have that, or audio by internet, if you don't hit that button, you won't be able to communicate effectively. For everybody else, whatever you are on, Di, can you get rid of sharing screen, please, honey? Di, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you please stop sharing your screen because we don't want to see your screen. Donna, can you message Di for me, please, and get her to stop sharing her screen?
I'm in the middle of doing it now.
Because we don't want that. Thank you. I think she's done it. She's dropped off anyway. She needs to just accept audio by computer. It's a really vital step that people tend to miss. Anyway, I'm going to crack on. Donna, if you can just deal with them.
Yeah, I am.
Well, yeah, thank you. All right, I'm just going to mute you as well for the time being. So, evening all. There's a lot of people that are going to be watching this back because they're putting kids to bed. They're out, they've got stuff going on. So first and foremost, to all of you guys that have jumped on this evening, thank you. Good morning to you, Beverly. We know, and also Evie, we've got a couple of you on from Australia. So it's absolutely amazing that this is officially global. So I just wanted to jump on this evening, as I'm doing every single month, and just explain a little bit about Self-Love Club, what it looks like, what it is, why I started it. And this one's going to be slightly different. So last month when we grouped, we just spoke about the retreat. It was everybody was in emotional wreck, let's be honest about it. We were all crying. I don't think there was a dry eye in the house for those of you that were there. But this time I decided, I said to Donna, I feel that we need to speak about everything. I feel that the mission, I love the fact that Beverly's waving her Self-Love Club book for everybody to see. Love that. Go girl. That's what happens when you come to retreat. You see, you get gifts. So first and foremost, can we all see the chat box? Can all of you guys access the chat box okay? Yeah. Anybody ever been unhappy, or is anybody unhappy at the moment? I want you to be really honest, guys. I want you to just comment in there, yep, I'm unhappy. It might be family stuff. It might be that you're really happy. If you're really happy, please share that too. Maybe you're in an unhappy relationship. Maybe you want to be in a relationship, but you're not quite there yet. Maybe you are lacking money. Maybe you're not happy in your skin. Maybe you want to lose a bit of weight. Maybe you want to put on a bit of weight. Anybody going through a spiritual awakening? Yeah, I think we're all rattling a little bit with the energy on the planet, right? Anybody ever felt alone? Anyone feel like running away? Like, guys, I really want you to comment in the chat group, or just put your thumbs up or whatever, because I need to know where you guys are at, so that I can obviously help you and explain to you a little bit about what my life looked like not very long ago. So awesome. Thanks for sharing, girls. I really appreciate that. I appreciate it's difficult. Some of you don't know each other, and it's challenging to be vulnerable at the best of times, let alone with a bunch of strangers, right? So for those of you that follow me or don't follow me, my name's Lucy Davis, and I'm very, very, very blessed to be the founder of this mission. I'm going to get emotional tonight. I've been emotional all day today, because what I'm witnessing at the moment is the sheer rate at which Self Love Club is starting to really change lives, like literally transform lives. By the way, guys, I've just put you all on mute. So if you want to speak or something, comment in the box and I'll unmute you. This mission started as something for myself. This mission literally started because I was self-sabotaging myself, using drugs, alcohol, sex, toxic relationships, toxic friendships. I was doing things that I didn't want to be in. I don't know who's sharing their screen, but if you could stop, that would be fabulous. I literally was on a mission of self-sabotage, and a lot of people say to me, oh my God, Lucy, it's amazing that you recognized it, and it's amazing this, it's amazing that, but it's not easy being really brutally honest with yourself. Can any of you guys get that? It's actually quite tough to sit there and be like, actually, you're the control freak. Actually, you're the one that's made every single decision that you're living right now. Actually, you're the person and you're the reason why you don't have the financial abundance that you want. And that was the plaster. Like, I explain it to all of my clients and all of my team. Imagine a really, really, really hairy leg, and you get one of those plasters, you know, the ones that they put on it after an injection, and they're really bloody sticky, aren't they? And ripping it off. You know that pain of ripping that strip of hair off of your leg or off of your arm or off of whatever. It's a real like, that's what I feel this journey has been. But it's been every single inch of my body, every single cell, fiber, you name it, every single part of me has had to go through this awful process of ripping the plaster off. And a lot of people say to me, you know, but why? How did you start to realize this? What was it? And it took for me to physically burn out. I literally couldn't go to work. I literally burnt out so badly. I didn't have the energy for anything. My hair was falling out through stress. I had an underactive thyroid. I had hormone issues, you name it. My body was falling apart. And for any of you guys that follow me, you will know that your body talks to you. It's something that I talk about. It's something that I educate everybody on. It doesn't matter where you come into me, whether it's through Activate You, the Rebel Movement, Self Love Club, the Lucy Davis brand. I educate everybody that your body is talking to you continuously and consistently. The problem is, guys, is because nobody told you that when you were born. It's a really weird thing to comprehend, because we're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. We've got through the best part of our life, and now we're thinking, actually, my right foot hurting is because of X, Y, and Z. My thyroid is because of X, Y, and Z. And actually, it takes us all to be really reprogrammed to even believe that. But I want you to trust me this evening when I say to you, all of us, if any of us have anything going on in our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body, our spiritual body, we have manifested it ourselves. Ouch. Right? Painful to hear. And the reality is, guys, I actually had to take 14 months off of work to get myself back on track, to be able to get connected to who my human was, because I'd completely got disconnected from her. But that didn't mean that I all of a sudden was fixed and I was better and I was healthy. Quite the contrary. It took me 14 months to start being honest with myself. So has anybody been on a healing journey for longer than 14 months? Or on an awareness journey? Let's change the language. We've been aware for over 14 months that we need to do something because maybe we're a bit sick, or maybe we've got something going on. Awesome, thank you. It took me 14 months to get real with myself. So if you're like 14 months into your journey, 18 months into your journey, 2 years into your journey, but you're still in this cycle of going backwards and round in circle, anyone recognize that? Like, you make so much progress, then all of a sudden you find yourself back where you were and you're like, why can't I do this? That's what Self-Love Club's about. That fundamentally is what Self-Love Club is about. We're all on a circle of sabotage. We're all on a cycle of, you know, thinking that we can do something and then getting complacent. We drop the consistency. We drop the regularity of things. We drop the communication because all of a sudden everything's great and we just forget that actually in a heartbeat we can go back to where we were. So what I realized after 14 months of being away, and I went back to the trading floor, which is where I used to work, for 1 year, and I look at it as a blessing. My best friend was actually killed 1 year after I went back to work. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. If he hadn't been killed, I don't know if I would be where I am today. And I want to explain this to you guys because you'll really get where I'm coming from with this whole self-love thing. So I had become comfortable back working on the trading floor. I was earning near on £1,000 a day, which is a shed ton of money for everybody, right? Like, we'd all agree that is one hell of a lot of money. I could take as many days off as I wanted because my boss I'd found a really, really liberal boss. And he was very flexible about the fact that if I only wanted to go in like 2 weeks of every month, I could. So I'd become really complacent. I'd gone back and I was like, well, I'm working 7 o'clock in the morning till 5:30 for working on the trading floor. That's part-time. I was exercising every single day. So that was amazing. I was training for professional Muay Thai and I was creating my business. So I had everything and I had this abundance of cash. Like, who could do with £1,000 a day? I could do with £1,000 a day now. I get it in a very different form these days, in a much better form, but hey ho, you know, like, we've all got these attachments to money. And I'm going to be really real with you guys. I was so attached to that money. I was earning a colossal amount of it. So of course I was attached to it. I could buy anything at any point and not worry about it. Would anybody like to feel like that, where they could literally just be like, fuck it, I'm booking a holiday, I'm going away for 2 weeks, and not think, what do I need to cut out? What do I need to save? What do I need to do this? What do I need to do that? Like, that was the beautiful place where I was. So I'd got complacent. I'd got completely complacent. And if my best friend hadn't died, if I hadn't taken that phone call on the 7th of November to say that my best friend had been killed on the 6th of November, I don't think I ever would have kicked myself up the backside enough to make this a success. Don't get me wrong, I'd been doing stuff. I'd been running seminars at work. I'd been helping people. I'd been coaching people, but I didn't need to make it work. Evening, Bev. Deb, sorry. Lovely to have you on, darling. You know, I had no reason to make it a success. I had absolutely no reason because I was getting the financial money. Now, it's quite interesting. I didn't know that Self-Love Club was going to be called Self-Love Club at that point. I had a beautiful brand, or I still have got a beautiful brand called the Rebel Movement. And, you know, that's how I created the financial abundance. But I'm not talking about that tonight. This is very much about Self-Love Club. But what the Rebel Movement taught me was, by simple little lifestyle tweaks, which is basically what I used to pride myself on. I will get people from A to B by tiny little tweaks, increasing their water, increasing their movement, taking decent supplements, you know, doing certain things. And that's what I used to teach people through the Rebel Movement. But then I realized every single person, no matter who they've got on their side or where they're coming from, we get complacent. It gets to Christmas. Oh, it's only Christmas. And Christmas turns into a 2-week feast. Yeah, can everybody resonate with that? And then what happens is we get into the new year and that's it, vegan-anuary, or however you say it, veganuary. We're going on dry January, like we are teetotal. We are taking time out. And then what happens on the 1st of February? Trust me, my birthday's on the 2nd. Everyone gets wasted. Because, oh my God, I've done 31 whole days of not drinking alcohol, not eating meat, not doing this, not doing that. And I was like, this is fundamentally wrong. We are basically playing the marketer's game. Yay, let's celebrate Christmas. Yay, let's celebrate Valentine's Day. Yay, and I'm not saying let's not celebrate all those things, guys. What I'm saying is, how about we celebrate those things, but every single other day, we are absolutely mindful of what we're doing. And that is why I created Self-Love Club, because I don't want to restrict anybody. If your child is turning 8 tomorrow, or 15 tomorrow, or 21 tomorrow, I want you to have the wine. I want you to have the cake. I want you to enjoy yourself, because joy is fundamentally one of the best things for your human body. Laughter, loving, giggling, banter, that kind of stuff. It's so good for our human body, but nobody tells you that stuff. Everybody gets told, don't eat the cake, don't do this, don't do that. And I'm saying, no, quite the contrary, but do it for that one day. Do it for that 1 hour. Do it for that party, which may be 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, whatever, but just make it about that. It doesn't mean that you then have to spiral out of control for the next 6 months. And what I realized is the only reason that we do these and we have these behaviors and we have these patterns, and trust me, I turned the camera on myself for this, and I watched myself and I dissected myself so deeply. And it was always because I didn't love myself enough to realize that I deserved to feel well. And fundamentally, that's what happens, guys. We all of us, we forget who we were sent here to be. We forget what our purpose is on this planet. Does anybody believe that they've got a purpose? Yeah? Awesome. So I knew from a very young age I had a purpose. I had no idea what it was until 5 years ago. I knew that I needed to share my heart with the world, because for any of you that have met me in person, you know what I'm like. I literally engulf you and I don't ever let you out. I'm like a little limpet. Once you're in my life, that's it, you're stuck with me, and I'm literally just clung on to you like a limpet. Honestly, I really am. And the reason I share this with you guys is I know that the world needs that. I know the only thing that's going to change this planet the way that it is at the moment, the way that everybody's butting heads, all the politics, all of the negativity, all of the shame, all of the guilt, all of the resentment, the only way that we're ever going to step through that is by love. And the only way that we can ever give other people love, and this is going to sting a few of you, the only way you can ever love your partner, the only way you can ever get your relationship back on track, the only way you will ever be truly happy with another human being is when you love yourself truly, deeply, every second of every day. Now, I want to be really real with you guys. I mess up every single day. Like, I do something, I'll fall over, I'll say something to someone and I'll think, oh my God, I didn't mean that. Or I'll do something and I'll just be like, oh my God, like it wasn't intended that way or whatever. But I mess up every day. So I want you to know it's okay. But it's about pulling yourself back on track. It's about having the awareness that actually everybody deserves to be spoken to with kindness, even if they're screaming at you in your face. And the only way that you can do that is when you realize that actually they're not screaming at you, they're screaming at themselves. And this is the harsh reality of everything that I do through this brand. Like, it's actually it's really quite tough watching some of the people have their breakthroughs. And you guys know I have people with stage 4 colon cancer. I've got, I've taken on 2 new clients today, and they're seriously riddled with cancer. So I work with people that are on a little bit of self-sabotage all the way through to very anxious, depressed, but also like seriously riddled with cancer. Oh, they're terminal. That's the language that they get told. Oh, there's no cure for this. But they're like, I don't believe that. I know that I can do this. I know that I can heal. And that's the whole point of this brand. It's to give you guys the love, the knowledge, and the comfort that absolutely everything that you need is inside of you. Now, me just saying these beautiful words, you'll all get off of this call and you'll be like, oh my God, that feels really nice. I know I can do this. What will happen tomorrow is, or even after this, is something will happen and you'll get distracted and you'll forget and da-da-da-da-da. Which is why I decided to put some formalities in place. I decided to create a process whereby people can come along to my seminars or whatever and actually get exposure to how I've been able to do it. So how I've been able to go from little miss self-sabotage to, for want of better words, like, I am smashing it. Honestly, I am so emotional today because I've taken on 6 new clients in the last 24 hours for like 4-month coaching packages. That's 6 in the last 24 hours. Now, if there's any coaches out there or anybody creating business, you will know that's a hell of a lot of people, let alone all the people that are coming to me for supplements and everything else. Like, it's a phenomenal rate of growth in business right now. And that's not because I'm an amazing businesswoman. It's not because of anything other than I'm damn right living my truth. And I'm consistent. And I truly believe all of you girls deserve the same, and all of the guys. You all deserve the same. And the only way that I could think that how I could share this with you guys is by creating something. Now, Self-Love Club looks very different. Like, it sounds pretty serious. In fact, it is pretty serious. Like, I want to break you through your emotional trauma. I want to take you back to the place where you decided that you can't do it, where you decided that you need to settle for an abusive relationship, where you decided that you were going to get cancer, where you decided that you didn't deserve financial abundance, where you decided that you needed to do shitty jobs for the rest of your life. That's what I want to do. So, to be honest with you guys, it's pretty heavy going. But we do it in such a beautiful way. We've got brunches. So in December of last year, I turned around to, thank you, Deb, I appreciate it. So in December of last year, I turned around to Donna and I was like, oh, I've got a great new idea. And Donna rolled her eyes at me. She was like, oh my God, here she goes again. For any of you that don't know me, I get an idea and I'm like, oh my God, this is the best thing since sliced bread. We need to run with it. I don't always run with all of them, but a lot of them. Donna's like, yes, you do. A lot of them I do. And this was one of them. I knew that the seminars that we run of an evening, because they are massively, people break through massive. I'm going to be honest, most people come to my seminars in the evening and within about 20 minutes, they're in tears. Now, I don't say that to scare you off. I actually say that because I just manage people's expectations really, really well. If you come to one of the evening seminars, you're going to have a massive breakthrough. You are going to have a massive epiphany as to what you're doing to sabotage your life. So it's pretty profound. So what I decided was, that's pretty serious stuff, right? That's kind of full on. It's kind of serious. Like, who wants to cry in front of a bunch of strangers? Trust me, I do it every bloody time. So I decided to create brunches. And what the brunches basically do is we get together, we have a beautiful plant-based meal. I share for about 20 or 30 minutes. I'm going to get the girls like Donna and Pauline and other people, Claire, sharing at some of them in the future. But right now I'm doing all of the sharing just so that they can understand and kind of gather where we're going with these. I share for about 20, 30 minutes on a subject. It might be about healing toxicity in your body. It may be about, loving yourself before you can love somebody else. It could be any number of subjects. And I just do about 20, 30 minutes and then we sit down. We've got like 2 hours together where we eat, we drink, we have fun. And it's literally like dipping that little toe in, that little pinky. You're like, right, I'm just going to test the water here before you jump in the swimming pool. So that's what the Self-Love Club brunches are. And Donna, I'm just going to unmute you for a sec. How much fun have they been?
Oh, they've been amazing. They've just been such a beautiful community of people all getting together just for the same reason.
And that's the key word, right? The brunches are about community. I mean, Self-Love Club generally is about community, because does anybody feel a bit alone at all at any point? Yeah? Thank you for being honest, girls, because that's where I was. I was so lonely. I was going through this massive spiritual awakening, and all of my friends were still partying and out drinking and, doing the things that I didn't want to do anymore. And I felt lost. So that's why I created the Rebel Movement, because I was like, shit, I need some friends. I really need some friends. Oh, Evie's saying that that's her right now. Babe, you're in our community now, so you're safe. Don't worry. Like, we'll just take you in as one of our own. And that's the beautiful thing about it, right? It's about us coming together as a community of men and women, because we do have men come along. It's really incredible. The men have started to show up because they know they need this too. And we just get everybody to feel safe to communicate effectively. Like, imagine being able to turn around to your partner and being like, babe, I just want to cuddle. rather than being like a little bit moody until he's like, what the fuck's your problem? Do you get what I mean? And then you have a little bit of a butt of heads. Girls, you know it. You're all laughing. You know what happens. Like, for me, I've become super vulnerable. And I used to be so uptight. I used to be like, nothing's wrong with me. I can deal with it. I'm all right. It's everybody else that's got the problem. When actually all I wanted was a cuddle. All I wanted to do was be vulnerable, but I didn't dare do that because that's not what independent women do. And I actually just want to break all that shit down. Like, all of this independent women, girls rule the world stuff. I actually want to like dispel all of that shit and just be like, how about we all just be really good people? We come together, we create the ripples that we need. That's kindness, that's love, that's helpfulness, that's all of these amazing things. And so I decided, if you can't find it anywhere, create it. I'm one of those. I get stuff done. I used to be a project manager on the trading floor. I was a pretty good one at that. So if you're missing something from your life, you've got to go out and create it. So I did. And Self Love Club is that. So the brunches are fun. They're fun. We dip our toe. Mind you, a lot of people cried, didn't they? I don't try and make people cry. I just want to let you guys know I don't intentionally make people cry. However, I tend to get that reaction. Beverly's laughing because she knows firsthand. She came to retreat with me. She spent 4 days crying and she's coming back for another 8 this year. I love you. But she's breaking through and healing her family, right? That's the most profound stuff about it. So that's the Self Love Club brunches. We've got Self Love Club, what we call the Self Love Club hangs. Now, Self Love Club hangs is 2 hours of an evening. We hang out together, but it's pretty intense. We have massive breakthroughs. We unlock the trauma that's going on. It may be in a physical trauma. It could be spiritual trauma. It could be past life trauma. It could be any kind of trauma. And a lot of people say to me, I don't remember anything traumatic in my life. I've got one client who says to me, I've blocked out the first 7 years of my life. And I'm like, well, there was clearly some trauma there if you feel like you've needed to block it out, right? So we've obviously gone deep and we've found a lot of trauma in those first 7 years and we've unlocked that and all the rest of it. But some people actually have ancestral trauma. So it's from a past life. It's stuff that they've brought through, or it's like come down the lines from their parents. So we can even do that in the evening seminars. You know, depending on how open you are, depending on how vulnerable you're prepared to be, depending on like how much you want to connect, like we can get through all of that in the evening seminars, which are profound. The evening seminars are actually one of my favorite things to do. The reason being, it's 2 hours, and to watch people, like I've had a lady walk into my seminar on walking sticks and walk out without them. Literally that quick. She just like, we unlocked the energy in her body and she walked out without them. Like, that's pretty profound by anybody's standards. And I blow myself away every single time. Like every time I say to Donna, I didn't think things could get bigger. I didn't think things could get better, but they do every single time. And do you know why? It's not because of me, because I'm not changing, guys. It's because of you and the way that you're showing up. Everybody is becoming, because I am so outwardly, I mean, does everybody follow me on social media here? Yeah, most of you. So everybody that follows me on social media, you know, I cry on social media. I'm vulnerable as hell on social media these days. You know, like, don't get me wrong, I'm still a badass and I still do whatever, but I am so vulnerable. I have got no shame in sharing with you that I've had a really bad day because X, Y, and Z, or, you know, I've been really emotional because of X. Like, I am so open with you guys. And that is why you show up to the seminars in the place that you do now, because you go, she's allowed me to be vulnerable. She's allowing me to feel safe in tears or whatever. And for those of you that come to my seminars, you know I don't touch you. If you cry, I'm like, get off of them. Don't touch them, because I don't want to hold you in that state. Actually, I'm there to help you break through. I mean, a couple of you have seen the interventions I did at retreat, right? Like, profound. We did an amazing intervention with Claire. We did an amazing intervention with a lady with skin that was flaring up in front of our eyes. Like, it's profound what we can do when we get you in the right space to be vulnerable enough to say, okay, I'm doing this to myself. And that's the game changer. And that's why I love the evening seminars. Like, they're 2 hours. It's 2 hours of your life, and you will go through the biggest breakthrough ever. You know, I'm talking unlocking your disease, unlocking, you know, if you've ever been abused or something like that, maybe you were touched inappropriately as a child or whatever, like something like that. You know, it's very, very much, we get to that point and we help you get an acceptance of it. We don't say forget about it. I don't ever say forget about it. It was given to you for a reason. So we go deep on it, we unlock it, and then we free ourselves from that shackle. It's never going to go away, guys. None of it's ever going to go away. And I want you guys to know that. But what I do want you to know also is that, you know, there is a better place where you can be. You love my t-shirt? Well, I'm going to get some more printed. These are my Rebel Movement t-shirts. They've actually got the Rebel Movement. Hang on, let me just show you. They've got my Rebel Movement logo on the back. This is one of my brands. And yeah, so I'm actually going to get some new t-shirts because I know the team want them. But I'm also going to get some Self-Love Club ones because I've got some Self-Love Club angels, but I'll get to those in a minute. But yeah, I'm really creative. I love everything. Honestly, I'm just like, let's create this, let's create that, which is why Beverly's got a book, we've got water bottles, we've got t-shirts, you name it, we've got everything. Anyway, I digress. So after the evening seminars, we've got an extended seminar. Now, what that looks like, and by the way, guys, we're coming to Australia. We're organising that hopefully this weekend, Rebecca, right? And we're coming to Australia and we're going to be sharing the dates after this weekend. Rebecca and I are getting together on Saturday, or this week, yeah, it is Saturday, isn't it, to organise it so that we can share it with you. So watch this space. We're going to be Perth, Melbourne, Australia, Sydney, Adelaide, and somewhere on the East Coast, I think, right? Somewhere. We're going to go somewhere on the East Coast as well. So we're literally going to be going everywhere. So if you know anyone in Australia, please share it with them. We are also intending to get to America this year as well, because I am being pulled everywhere at the moment because, guys, everyone needs this stuff. Like, you guys are like the early adopters, if you like, back in my old technology terms. You're the early adopters. You're coming along. You're getting the intimate stuff. I know this time next year there's going to be 1,000 people in a room. Like, I know. I get to see it through my visions, obviously, but I know that there's going to be 1,000 people there, and it's not going to be, I'm going to be able to come up to you and eyeball to eyeball. Like, this stuff is growing so rapidly. Like I say, I've taken on 6 new clients in the last 24 hours. Like, that's freaking huge for any coach around the world. That's huge. And it's because, and I'm speaking to a couple of men as well on top of that. So, you know, it's absolutely huge what's going on in the planet. And do you know why they're coming to me? Because they're like, she's living it every day. Every day. Doesn't matter what's going on in her life. And trust me, after June, I cannot wait to share some stuff with you, you know, to just blow everything out of the water. But until then, unfortunately, I have to keep my mouth shut. So in July, get your socks ready, get your pants ready, girls, because we're going on a journey. We'll all be flying off together. But, you know, this mission is huge. So the evening hangs are coming to Australia later on this year. They're going to be in America. They're obviously in the UK. We're doing 2 tours this year in the UK. We do a 3-day seminar. Now, what that actually looks like is, I did a 4-day retreat in Glastonbury in November of last year. What I've basically done is I've condensed it down into 3 much longer days, because a lot of people can't take 2 days off work. So I always do it over a weekend. So it's just 1 day off of work. We condense it down, but we extend the days. So it's not quite what's going to happen in Thailand, which is there's going to be lots of additional things. I'm not going to give too much away, but there's lots of additional things that we're going to be doing. You know, those 3 days, it's not we're going to have massages, we're going to get our nails done, we're going to sit around and tell each other we love each other. No, we go deep. I take you probably within about half an hour, I've got people to their bullshit story, Donna, right? Yeah, within about 30 minutes. It's pretty, Pauline's nodding her head. She's like, yep, I remember that bit. And then we go on a journey, because what I do is I unlock it very quickly so that by the time you leave me, you're in a state where your energy is okay to be back out in public. Everything that I do is very, very energy driven, guys. So I open you, even off this call, please know you're going to have your brain being rewired. You're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to be like, what did she do to me? I'm not doing anything to you. It's just this gift that I've been given I've been given this beautiful gift of being able to heal people quantumly without even having to be in the same room as them. Like it's such a gift, and I didn't realize it. I had no idea until very recently quite how this weekend I realized how powerful I was. I had no freaking idea before that. Genuinely, Spirit School has sent me to a whole new another level. Like Donna even experienced it last night. She's like, what the hell is going on? And it's sent to a whole nother level. But the beautiful thing is the innocence about, I just didn't realize I had it. Like I had no clue. Like I was doing some amazing stuff. Claire's a perfect testimonial of some amazing stuff that we've done, but I didn't realize. I just couldn't comprehend that it had anything to do with me. I was like, oh, I'm just helping people with this stuff. But actually the fundamental fact is there's very few people on the planet that can do what I do right now. Very few that can actually communicate with people and get them to a space just like that in a very, very short space of time. And I'm blessed to be one of them. God, I'm blessed. I'm so glad that they picked me. It's been one hell of a journey, but I'm blessed. So that's why I decided to condense it down into 3 days, is to just basically get the people that are busy at work, busy mums. Like you can't leave your kids for 8 days, right, to go to Thailand, as much as I'm sure you'd love to. Most mums can't do that. So we're literally smashing it into 3 days. We're going to make it really hard and fast, but we're going to make it so safe that everybody gets the results that they need in those 3 days. Then obviously we've got the retreat. Once a year, we are going to be doing a retreat in a location that has been massively pivotal to my spiritual journey, which is why we're starting in Thailand. I had my spiritual awakening in Thailand. Well, I first heard somebody's thoughts in Thailand, and I responded to this lady and I said to her, if I was you, I would pick this and not that. And she looked at me and she went, how the hell did you know what I was thinking? And I was like, okay, I'm officially weird. That's what I thought. And I thought, I can't cope with this. Like, this is not like I just can't deal with this. Luckily, they, my guides and stuff didn't give up on me, and they just helped me go to a whole nother level. But Thailand and I have got a really beautiful connection. So anybody that's coming there with me in November, some smiley faces on here, getting excited about it. Just know that we're going back to the beginning of my journey. And when I am in Thailand, something happens to me. Like, I know you're all probably thinking, shit, Lucy, something happens to you every single day, but this is a whole new level. This is another level of connection. I connect with monks everywhere I go. There's monks, there's, and I just end up in these scenarios and these situations where we're just completely immersed in beautiful healing energy, which obviously means that I can help heal people more. You guys know when you come to my seminars, you get healing. Somebody's getting some now because my hands are burning. You guys get healing when you come to my seminars. Like, none of you sign up for that shit. You come along to hear about self-love, right? And get the 7-step process. Like, give me the 7-step process. But you all leave with your brain firing in a different manner, healing having taken place, and probably blubbed your eyes out and let some emotion and you've done some cleansing and releasing. So 8 days immersed with me is unbelievable. Unbelievable. You will be, at the beginning I was talking about consistency and becoming complacent and, not sticking to it every single day. I basically get you to live my life for 7 of those 8 days. So on day 1, you get a little bit of a break. Not much, but you get a little bit of a break. But then at the start of day 2, of course I can, Evie. Donna, can you just remind me I need to send the retreat dates over to Evie? Thanks, babe. So on day 2 of the retreat, basically every single person is living my truth. Why? Because I want you to live my truth so that by the time you go home, you have your own personalized plan of what that looks like to you. Bev, can I just unmute you and you just share a little bit about what your rituals and stuff have done for you? Thank you.
Yes, the rituals that you put in place when I was in Glastonbury I've maintained almost without exception every day. It has totally, I don't know how it all works, but I now love and value myself. I didn't realise how much I didn't.
Yeah.
And the ripples through my family are, even just in the last 3 days, the power of this is amazing. It just keeps going, and we're a few months down the track now, and it
Yeah.
can only get better. I'll be in Thailand, don't you worry.
I love it.
Mega
I love
dose
it.
coming up.
Yeah, I know you're coming,
Yeah.
my darling. Thanks, Beverly. I didn't ask her to do that, so sorry. Thanks for sorry for just throwing you under the bus, Beverly. I just wanted to hear it from somebody, because when I met Beverly over a year ago now in Bali, and when I met her, Beverly looked very different to how she looks today. And even when I met up with her when I was in Australia in September or October of last year, and I said to her, look, you know, I'm doing this thing. And she was like, Lucy, I want to get involved. I want to come. I want to do this. I want to do that. You know, I'll be honest with you. I never thought Beverly would fly from Melbourne all the way to the UK to go on a retreat. But what has happened in her family since she's come along is absolutely unbelievable. Sorry to make you cry, Beverly. I have this habit of doing this. It's unbelievable what's going on in her family. And that's why I have to make you guys live it with me. Has everybody seen my Facebook stories? You know, and I don't make you go to the gym at 4:30 in the morning, just in case you were wondering. I don't make you do that. But every single morning I get up at about 4:45. Trisha's just shaking her head like, I am not doing that. No chance. I'm up at 3:45, 4 o'clock every single morning doing my rituals, certain rituals I have to do before I can move, before I can actually do anything at all. I need to lock my energy down. I need to protect myself. I need to put certain things around me. I need to move in a certain way. I need to do certain yoga stretches. I need to do certain things before I can go and do physical exercise. So I really need about 30 minutes before I can go to the gym. So what I've basically done is I've taken all of the bits out of my rituals every single day. My rituals take me about 2.5 hours every day, guys, in total. Yeah, I will do, darling, definitely. And what I basically do is I get you to live those 2 hours with me. Because do you know what happens by the time you get home? You've gone, this works for me, this doesn't work for me. I'm going to stick at this, I'm not going to do that. And I also teach you a very profound prosperity ritual, which financial abundance galore, whatever it is that you're looking for, God, do you get it? And some. Like literally within 2 days of me ever doing it in the first place, like I was rolling in offers to do public speaking, and I was like, oh, I can't cope with all of this. Like it was just, it's amazing. It really, really unlocks you. So I get you to that space of being able to go home and fit this in around your family, fit this in around life. But I get you into such a space where you know that your value is attached to getting up and doing these things on a day-to-day basis. Pauline's another great testimony, actually. Pauline said to me at retreat, I hate mornings. It's so dark. It's so cold. I hate the mornings. Pauline's up at 5 o'clock every morning now. You know, and like I'm so proud of her for sticking to it. And it all boils down to self-love. It all boils down to you saying, do you know what? I'm worth it. Do you know what? I don't care if my husband kept me up snoring last night. I'm still going to get up and go to the gym. I'm still going to get up and like whatever, do my yoga, whatever it is for you. It might not be the gym for you. It might be something different. But like Beverly, are you 70 yet? This year. So Beverly's 70 this year. She goes to the gym at 6 a.m. every morning since the retreat. Like how freaking impressive is that, right? Like, oh, Rebecca's like school holidays. I will do one in the school holidays. I promise you. I promise you. I promise. I know, mate. I know, because I tend to do them outside of school holidays because for all good reasons. But the predominant factor about this is, guys, is that you walk away with a new family. You walk away with new friends. You walk away with a community that's got your back. Like, is everybody in the Self-Love Club with Lucy Davis Facebook group? If you're not getting there, first and foremost, it's really, really important to be in there. We do a lot of quite off-the-wall spiritual stuff in there, and I get it's a bit like, wow, at times. However, just make sure that you're in that group, because I do a lot of Facebook Lives in there. I do a lot of, I do loads and loads and loads of stuff in there, and it's our safe space. It's our safe space to come together and have these conversations. But guys, please just remember, like, whatever I teach you, there's a massively energetic path that I'm creating inside of you. massively energetic. Like, I didn't even realize quite how much until this weekend just gone. I didn't realize how connected I was until somebody saw how connected I was and told me, and I was like, I just thought that was normal. And she said, no, you are not normal at all. I mean, I think we all knew that. But, you know, and it's made it very emotional for me, guys. Like, I know I joke and I jest and I have banter and I, you know, I make it all sound fun and all the rest of it, but I constantly get downloads every second of every day, every second of every night. It doesn't stop. And when a lady came over from America, she invited me to go to this spirit school, and she basically could see the connection out of my crown to source, and it was just constant. And she said to me, I've never seen anything like it. Like, literally, I've never seen anything like it. So I know when all this stuff comes out of my mouth and all of a sudden I give people healing stuff and I'm like, God knows where that came from, but clearly you need it. Claire's witnessed this firsthand, you know, it's because, like, I am so connected. And the reason I'm sharing this, guys, is some of the stuff that I teach you, you'll be like, well, that's basic shit, but you won't go and do it. You won't go and do it. Because you haven't had the little unblocking of the energy, which is the whole point of why you need to get to the seminars or why you need to get, like, in with me. You know, I can do it over Skype. Like, it's really quite profound. I can do it over Skype. I can send some of the best healing, like, without even speaking to the person or being anywhere near the person. You know, but you need to decide that you're worth it. You need to decide that it's really important for you that you do this. And I don't mean half-heartedly, like, oh my God, I've just been told I've got X, Y, and Z wrong with me and I need to heal that, so I'm going to do the do. No, I'm talking about, I don't give a shit what's going on with me. I am going to make the rest of my life the best of my life. And I think, Andrea, we had that chat, didn't we? Literally yesterday, you know, if, like, and I'm honest with people and I say, we're not going to work together unless you're really ready to heal. Because I'm not going to go easy on you guys. I'm going to be blunt with you. I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to make you up your shit to a level that you never thought was possible. Because having to hold myself accountable, and I feel like I'm going to get really emotional, having to hold myself accountable constantly every single day when some of my total best friends that I thought were there by my side every step of the way just fucking disappeared. It's hard. It would have been so easy for me to step back to the drinking, step back to the toxic, step back to, you know, going back to my comfortable relationship with my ex-partner. It would have been so easy. And so many people, you know, Claire, Don's a little while ago, like, people go on this journey and then they drop out of it because life goes on. And I'm not saying that to name and shame. I'm saying it to let you guys know that it's normal. But since creating Self Love Club 4 years ago, I can't take my foot off this gas. Because if I take my foot off this gas, who the fuck's going to look after you lot? And that's the responsibility that I have got. I don't do this for fun. Trust me, Donna's witnessed it. Sometimes this is really not fun. When you're dealing with people that have got cancer all down their spine and, you know, they've got cancer in really nasty places, this is not fun, but it's my responsibility. I owe this to the planet. So I'm not going to take your money and I'm not going to work with you unless you're certain that this is what you want. Because just know, if you're working with me, you've got 1,000,000% of me. 1,000,000%. You don't get like half a person, you get 1,000,000% of me. Because for me, it's now or never. Guys, you guys know in 2018, I nearly died. I nearly died to humble me into realizing that I hadn't got rid of all of that anger in my womb. But it takes a hell of a lot of guts, a hell of a lot of bravery to realize that you've created it all yourself. So Self Love Club genuinely is a really happy, beautiful place. It's a place that takes you to be so real with yourself that actually you don't accept anything but authenticity from those around you. You know, when people disappear and they're like, oh yeah, life's going on. Honestly, guys, when I fill you in, when I'm allowed to legally fill you in on what's been going on in the last 2 years, you guys are going to be like, how the flip have you been creating this with all of that shit going on? Because what myself and my family have been going through in the last 2 years is something that probably less than even 0.1% of the population go through. And I don't say that to show off or to get sympathy or pity. No, I'm saying it to just remind you that you deserve everything that you wish for and you dream for. But you've just got to make a decision. You've just got to decide, do you know what? This is my path. And this is where I want to be. And these are the people that I want to be around. Like, I love spending time with Donna. I love spending time with Bex. I love spending time with Claire and everybody. Why? Because they make me feel good. I make them feel good. Like, that's the kind of relationships I want to be in. I don't want to be sat there having a coffee with someone thinking, oh my God, get the hell away from me. But we all do it. We all put effort and time and love into things that actually make us feel drained. So really long story short, and this call's gone on a lot longer than I wanted to, so I really apologize for that, guys. But what this brand is about is it's about empowering all of us to realize that we are worth it. It's about giving you the tools to go on your journey because you're worth it. It's about laying out a fundamental process that if you follow it, you can succeed at anything. Donna's living proof that it gets relationships back on track. Claire is living proof that it gets health back on track. Beverly's living proof it ripples through the family. I mean, we've got multiple people that it ripples through the family, right? I am living proof that you can literally step through absolutely anything. And trust me, I'm my own accountability buddy. It's bloody tough that way. At least you've got me nagging you. You know, and I nag in a very nice way. Even my dad says to me, I don't mind you nagging me. Because, you know, all I want is the best for you guys. That's all I want. Like, literally, you guys are so ingrained in my heart, and I just want the best for you, because why the hell should I be having all the fun? You know, why should I be having the abundance? Like, does anybody want to change the world in one way, shape or form? Because I do. I'm here. I'm literally here to change the world, to feed underprivileged families fruits and vegetables. I'm not giving them crap. I'm not going to give them bread and all the other shit that just makes people sick. No, I want to help people heal. I really want to change this planet. I'm not talking about my world as in my family and my lot. I'm talking about the actual world. And we can do it if we come together. We can do it if we believe in ourselves. We can do it if we decide, but we've got to start with us. The reason I got 6 clients in the last 24 hours is because I'm showing up even when I don't want to. This isn't about taking a pill. This is about ripping your soul open so wide and going so deep, like down the rabbit hole, that you've got no option but to wake up and realize what you were gifted. And honestly, I get so emotional when I talk about it, because it's my purpose on this planet. You know, it's my purpose on this planet to be making your life better. But I can't do that unless you guys go, yeah, I need that shit. Sorry for swearing tonight. The only way that we can do this, guys, is starting at home, which is ourselves, first and foremost. And then from there, we've got to get this rippling through our families. We've got to realize what we deserve and what what isn't serving us. And we need to step through that. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'm apologizing because I can see a few people crying. So I apologize for those tears. Actually, I don't, because you're cleansing and you're releasing. So I'm pleased, to be honest with you, because you guys deserve to break through. If anybody's got any questions, either wave at me or pop a comment in the chat box. Don, is there anything you want to add? Anything you want to share?
just to reiterate really what you've said about, you know, do not think, guys, that it's selfish to look after yourself, because for years I thought it was really selfish to care about yourself first and foremost. And what that did to my family around me was awful. Now I'm actually in a place where I love myself 100%. I look in the mirror and I actually do love that lady that looks back at me. The difference that has made to not only my relationship with my partner, but the ripple effects with my family is just amazing. So please do not think that self-love is selfish, because a lot of people do, and it's just not.
No. And Donna's whole family dynamic has changed. Like, literally, it's changed 100%. I mean, she looks so different to when I first met her. You know, and it's because she's just decided that she's worth it. And I think there was one blip when your uncle died. Was it your uncle or your son?
Yeah, my uncle.
When her uncle died, she had a blip where she literally went AWOL for about a month. And then she came to me and she's like, Lucy, I've just let everything slip. And since then, she's been absolutely like side by side with me every day, consistent. And look at the changes that she's getting. Look at the way that she is. Like, you know, Donna, I'm so blessed. Donna's agreed to be my customer relationship manager. So a lot of you guys that come through Self Love Club will be speaking with Donna. You know, she's going to be reaching out to you when I'm doing all of like the nitty gritty stuff. She's going to be reaching out to check that you're okay, reaching out to make sure that there's, you know, if there's anything else that we can do to help you. You know, she's going to be the one that's going to be consistently keeping in touch with you. Obviously I will, but she's going to be doing it consistently. And, you know, like, she's an absolute blessing because she's living it as well. You know, we've got a couple of our Self-Love Club angels on here as well. So basically there's Claire and Pauline have basically come to align themselves with us because they want to start sharing the mission a lot more. So Claire's in Bournemouth, Pauline's in Colchester. So there's so many different avenues that you can get involved with Self-Love Club. You know, a Self-Love Angel is just basically an ambassador. Basically what we do is, you know, we set up events with you. They kind of like organize them and run them, and they get money in their pockets for it. Like, it's, you know, it's a little bit of side cash, and it's just the way that I want this business to be. I want it to be energetically correct. You know, I don't let anybody into my brand to work. I'm very, very picky, and I'm always going to be that way. But I can't do this on my own. Like, you can't do anything on your own, guys. Like, yeah, you can do a lot on your own, but you can't do everything on your own. You need somebody. Yeah, Rebecca's getting involved with me with Self Love Club Kids, you know, which is just going to be huge over the next 12 months. I've got a big long list of children that are already ready to come because we have to help the kids too. You know, like, this mission is huge, absolutely huge. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something else. So basically, like, there are so many avenues that you can get involved. Brunches, dip your toe in, come along, get involved in the community, have a bit of a giggle. You know, if you're ready to break through your bullshit, like, for want of better words, if you're ready to break through your bullshit, get along to the evening seminar. It's 2 hours of your life. Trust me, they will go like that, and you will be out of there and you'll be like, oh my God, what just happened to me? I think there's a few nods taking place. You know, but likewise, if you're truly ready to break through, reach out to either myself or Donna. We'll speak to you about the seminar, or just reach out to one of us anyway and just be like, what's the best thing for me? This is where I'm at. What do you think is best? You know, because if you're ready to go on this journey, guys, all you need to do is make a decision and commit. Our evening seminars are really cheap. They're like £37.99. The maximum price they got to is £69.75. But they're cheap. You know, they're cheap. You get so much value for what you pay. Donna and I went somewhere today and she was like, oh my God, you give so much value compared to other people. Like, we need to change this. And I'm like, no, we don't. I just going to keep doing what I'm doing because I want to help people break through. Like, that's my whole purpose on planet. Not sure if I was going to get a message from Donna, looking forward and scared, haha, to meet you all. Don't be scared. We don't bite much. So Dons, I will put you and Vicky in touch because I think you were going to give her a 15-minute call, weren't you? And then and then we'll catch up after that. But yeah, so if any of you guys want 15-minute calls, we're still doing 15-minute calls at the moment. So if anybody wants one of those, just drop me or Donna a message. Likewise, if you want to know where we are near you, if you want to know how you can get involved, like, as you guys have heard tonight, like, I've rabbited on for a bloody hour. I was only going to be half an hour. but there's so many different ways that you can get involved. There's so many different things that you can do. But just know every single thing that I do comes from my heart, everything without fail. You know, if I call you out on your bullshit, please know that it's from a space of love. It's not because I want to be mean to you. You know, if I trigger you, no, it's from a space of love. Nothing ever, ever, ever. It's because I know how to heal you and I know how to break you through very quickly. It's painful sometimes, and it's not very nice, you know, from time to time. However, it's so incredibly important. It's so incredibly important that I snap you out of that space that you're living in. Because some of you think, you know, you're living with fibromyalgia and you think, oh, I just have to take this on, I'm sick. No, you're living your own pain. You're living the pain that you have created because you're not prepared to break through your emotional trauma. And I know that that's going to trigger some people. I know that that's going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Trust me, I do. It nearly killed me a few years ago. Guys, if nobody's got any questions, I can see that nobody's got any questions. Vicky, we've answered your question. I'm going to love you guys and leave you. For any of you guys watching this back, the video back, thank you very much for watching. And again, hit Donna or I up if you've got any questions at all. We will be posting about Self-Love Club in Australia imminently. I've had a message about a venue whilst I've been on the phone as well over there, so I'm getting really excited. Also Self-Love Club for Kids. We're going to start it in the UK. We're going to run it in the UK, and then we will be doing it in Australia and America as well, because these kids need it. But obviously we need to start here where Rebecca is, where I am. I know Pauline, there's so many of us that want to get involved in this stuff. So it's going to be absolutely incredible. Evie, I'm going to send you the retreat details, my darling. If anybody else wants anything, like I say, hit Donna or I up. Thank you so much for the hour of your time, guys. I know how precious your time is, so I apologise for going over. Love you guys loads. Take care, guys. Lots of love.